Today's video is all about kitchen cabinet dimensions. That's it.
I don't cross my T's.
Let's start with base cabinets. Those are your bottom cabinets. Typically, they are 24 inches deep. They are 36 inches high when you figure in the countertop. The cabinet itself is 34.5 high, typically, and then you have 1.5 inch countertop. And if you do a double thick countertop, you're gonna bring the overall height up. You've got your wall, here's your floor, here's your ceiling. But the overall height for most kitchen countertops is 36 inches. You can change that if you're tall. My sister-in-law is 6 feet tall, although she lies about it and says she's shorter. She had her toe kicks raised. So a standard toe kick is 3.5 inches. You can build that up and make it as tall as you like if you're tall. Or you can cut it down if you're a short person. So you have options, but those are the standard heights. As I said, they are 24 inches deep. However, corner cabinets like this one, these cabinets are actually built out from the wall and there's a support at the back to hold up the countertop. So they're not exactly 24 deep. See inside the cabinet, they're a little bit shy of that. They're about 18 inches deep. The countertop itself will extend out to 25.5 inches. That's because you have the drawer faces, so you have 24 inches for the box, another 3/4 of an inch for the drawer face, and then the countertop itself hangs over another, sometimes 1 inch, sometimes 3/4 of an inch. That's really up to you and your fabricator. The reason for that, and I've seen a lot of people asking for this lately, is to have their drawer faces and the countertop flush. And that's marvelous. It looks so cool. But if you've got kids and they spill something, it's gonna sit in here. Or worse, it's gonna get inside each of these drawers every time. The reason this overhang is here is so that anything that spills is not gonna hit the face of your cabinets. Keep them clean. So that's up to you and your tidiness and your family. I know for me, we have an overhang. Okay, sizes. They range from, I've seen 3 inch, which are completely useless, 6 inch, which is really stretching on the usefulness, and the 9 inch pullouts with your spices and all of that, on up to 48 inches for corner cabinets. We have a 36 inch cabinet here. Let's see if we can switch you around. There's our 36 inch cabinet there, and that's got 2 knobs. So anything over 24 inches wide needs 2 doors and 2 knobs, 2 handles, or 1 big long handle. When it comes to the island, it's just a bunch of base cabinets with a countertop thrown on top and some end panels or finished panels to wrap it out. You need to support the countertop, so a lot of times you'll use cabinets all the way around. If you have a 2-tier height island, you can use a base cabinet for one side and a wall cabinet at 42 inches to support the countertop at a higher level. You can also use 18-inch base cabinets or 12-inch base cabinets to support the island and have 12 inches or 15 inches for the overhang that you need for your legroom. If you have any questions about the measurements regarding an island, I have a video about it. Go back and watch it, it's a good one. We don't have any uppers in here, and we really don't have a need at this point because it's a pool house, so it's got enough storage. However, I've been eyeing up a pair of vintage corner cabinets that match the theme in here with sort of the diamond shape. She's been holding on to them and hasn't lowered the price yet, but they haven't gone yet, so I'm keeping my eyes peeled for that. Now, we have to go back to the 90s to see about the uppers. And we're in the 90s.
Hot tub time machine.
These upper cabinets are 12 inches deep, so 12 inches off the wall. The reason for that is when I stand here, I don't want the cabinets to hit me in the face. Upper cabinets come much the same as lowers as far as the sizes go. Every 3-inch increments, so if you can stay 15, 18, 21, 24, you get the idea. If you can stay within standard stock sizes, you can save yourself a lot of money when you're planning a kitchen. From a 6 or a 9-inch cabinet on up to probably a 36 is as wide as you want to go for uppers. There's a couple of reasons for that, and this is a good example right here. This is a 30-inch upper in an 8-foot ceiling with the hideous soffit from the 90s. There's nothing up there. They happen to run some light over here, which is over the sink, which is nice, but the soffit was very popular to do because it allowed you to get the less expensive cabinets and not have that dust collector up there or just this random space at the top of a cabinet. And I will tell you, having cleaned beach houses for many years with my best friend Chrissy, nobody goes up there and cleans that. I have a pantry over here and I can guarantee I haven't been up there. I could do without it. So these are 12 inches deep, and this particular cabinet is 30 inches wide. It's got a 15-inch door here. And if I'm standing here, bam, 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 right in the face. Now, I said with base cabinets, anything over 24 inches is gonna have 2 doors. But when it comes to uppers, you wanna keep the doors to 12 inches if you can. 36-inch cabinets are gonna give you an 18-inch door. You're gonna have to step way back in order to open it. You can get uppers from 12 inches high that go over a fridge to 24 up to 54 inches high. You can also stack boxes on top of each other. However, I would caution you when you're thinking about this. I have a lot of clients that want to do this, and basically you're buying 2 kitchens and you're not getting the function of 2 kitchens because kitchen cabinets are charged by the box and then they mark it up for the size and for all the extras inside. So if I have an upper and I put another cabinet above it, let's say I have 10-foot ceilings and I do a 42-inch closed cabinet with an 18-inch cabinet with glass doors and a light above it, that 18-inch cabinet is going to cost the same or more with the glass and the light than this cabinet here. So when costs are an issue, go to the ceiling with 1 box. And there's a couple of ways you can do that without the dreaded soffit. If budget is an issue and you don't want the soffit and you don't want the empty space, the smartest solution I've seen is to raise the 30-inch cabinet or 33-inch cabinet to the ceiling and to do an open shelf below. And that gives you the best of both worlds. I know that when you're doing a kitchen, you get excited and you want to fill the space with cabinetry. But when it comes to upper cabinets, anything beyond the second shelf for me at 5'6" is useless without a stool. The trend has been to do less uppers because really, when you think about it, glasses, a few items, mugs, those are the only things that really need to go in an upper. It can save you money, it can open up the space by not having so many boxes because again, cabinet makers charge by the box first. $1,000 for each box, you can start to get an idea of before extras and all of the gadgets and pullouts and if you don't want to raise your cabinets up to the ceiling and have an open shelf, the thing that I did in my kitchen with 9-foot ceilings is I had 42-inch uppers and I had what's called a fascia board or a flat piece of stock wood and then crown molding. And this is great because no ceiling is perfect. You got a better shot with older houses because they've already settled. Piece of wood, you can get it from your cabinet maker to match, and it just runs the length, and then you put a piece of crown at the top, and it finishes the cabinetry all the way to the ceiling. It's a much nicer look than leaving that space empty or doing a soffit. The standard measurement for uppers is 42 inches above the finished floor or 18 inches above the countertop. However, if you have the room, push it up to 20 or 22, especially if you're going to add under cabinet lighting and a light rail, a piece of trim along here that's 1 inch or 2 inches thick so that it hides the lighting. Things like my Vitamix or a Revel espresso maker, they won't fit underneath or you won't be able to access the top of them if you lower this down. So 18's kind of tight. If you've got the room, push it up. 20, 22 is really nice. Last up in the cabinetry is pantries, and we all love a good pull-out pantry. Most of them from your cabinet maker are going to be 24 inches deep. They do have 18, some even offer a 12-inch pantry. There's 2 things you want to keep in mind with a pantry. First of all, the stuff you're going to be putting on it is heavy. I know we want a really big cabinet to put a lot of stuff on, but if you've got pull-outs on there and you're putting a case of water or heavy canned items, that over time is going to make those drawer slides fail. 24 inches, 18 inches is a nice size pantry. This isn't really for your Costco, BJ's bulk items. This is for your dry goods, for your everyday items. If you've got a really big pull-out pantry, you want to be careful with the amount of weight that you put on it. As far as pantries go, they come 7 or 8 foot standard. So that's 84 or 96 inches. If you have an 8-foot ceiling, 96 inches, you want to make sure that you measure the space where that's going to go 50 times and then come back and measure it again, because ceilings are never level, true, straight, plumb, whatever it is. Even in new construction, you want to measure that space and make sure it's going to fit. There's nothing worse than ordering a very expensive cabinet and not being able to slide it in. These are standards. There's always going to be differences. I have that, whatever. If you found this useful and you'd like to see another one, maybe on bathroom dimensions, closets, or hallways, or all of the things I'm planning, subscribe, and thanks so much for watching.
Good time work.